The Giants are finally on Hard Knocks the offseason. You know how long we've been waiting on this? We've been trying to figure out what's going on behind closed doors forever. Every time we try to listen to a press conference, Brian Daboll, that's between me and the players. I keep everything personal. That's a conversation between me and the players. We have a good pretty much family. We have a good pretty much relationship with the Mara family and the Tish family. That's between me and Joe Shane. Oh, you have to ask Shane that. Now we finally get to see what's happening, even though it's a small glimpse. You know what I'm saying? But Brian Daboll got to be held accountable now. But I don't know whether to hold him accountable or Joe Shane accountable. I was one of the ones I was like, man, we got Malik Neighbors. But it wasn't because I don't think he's great. You need a quarterback. Who's going to throw to him? Who's going to throw to him? Who's going to throw to Malik Neighbors? You see what type of player he is. Like, he get up there. If it was basketball, you would say he get buckets. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and he's from LSU at the same time, too. You know the wide receivers that come out of LSU? The wide receivers, we had Odell, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. Like, we got this wide receivers that come out of LSU. And they play with great quarterbacks. Eli Manning was a great quarterback. You know, Kirk Cousins, not so much, but he's a good quarterback. Where's Daniel Jones in that ranking? Now, look, I know some people may say something like, well, you know, Kirk Cousins, he lost to Daniel Jones in the playoffs. Really? We're going to use that as an outlier? As an outlier. It's two bad quarterbacks playing against each other. You know, but my thing about it, you put Kirk Cousins stats up against Daniel Jones. I mean, Kirk Cousins blows him out the water. You know, he wipes Daniel Jones in every category, but one playoff win. Daniel Jones got what? One playoff win. 6 years. We got to hit the reset button, man, on this. We got to hit the reset button. This is time and time again, man. Like, we're the Giants fans that live in reality. It's too many kids, you know what I'm saying? For lack of a better words. Like, it's too many kid Giant fans. You know, man, that's the thing about it, man. There's too many kids, man. We're the Giants fans that live in reality. You know, even if they're young, we're the ones that live in reality. The reality is this. Daniel Jones is a backup quarterback in the NFL. He is a backup quarterback in the National Football League. He's not a starting caliber quarterback. He's not. It's just what it is. What has he done? Only thing you can go back to point to is that one playoff win that he had. That one playoff win, but you can contribute that to the defense. But Saquon Barkley is no longer a Giant. Now, I'm not one of those Giants fans, like, I know we got to be like, oh, we hate Saquon Barkley. Oh, we hate Saquon Barkley. Oh, but I'll tell you one thing. I was one of the ones that said, it's crazy. It's crazy because as Giants fans, everybody was like, Saquon Barkley this. We hate Saquon Barkley. We hate Saquon Barkley. But I was one of the ones that said a while back, I said, all that buddy stuff he got with Daniel Jones is going to come back to bite him. I said, it's going to come back to bite him. It's going to come back to bite him. I was telling everybody around me that, like all the Giants fans, all that buddy with what Saquon Barkley was doing with Daniel Jones is going to come back to bite him. Yeah, they friends. I'm not trying to diminish personal relationships or anything like that. Keep it on the field, you know. But my thing is, what I'm saying is that the reason why I said that is because Saquon Barkley, it prohibits him from speaking out. It prohibits Saquon Barkley from actually saying how he really feels about how Daniel Jones is playing. There's a difference between holding somebody accountable and coddling their feelings just because they're the quarterback. That's what got Odell shipped out of here. We keeping it a buck because he kept it real about Eli Manning towards the end of his career. And he did that interview with Lil Wayne, you know, so that came back to bite him. That came back to bite Odell. We keeping it real of what came back to bite Odell and bite the Giants. You know, we shipped out Odell Beckham and we haven't had any type of success since he left. You can count the one playoff victory if you want. I'm not counting it against the top three worst defense, the bottom three worst defense in the NFL that year, and the Minnesota Vikings. You know, I mean, we got to keep it real. We are the Giants fans that live in reality, that know Daniel Jones is not a great quarterback, that knows that, hey, it's going to be some accountability that needs to happen within this offense. Slayton needs to go. Man, Darius Slayton, I was never a big fan of Darius Slayton, to be honest with you. And I'm like, some people call me the ultimate contrarian. I'm not, man. I just like accountability. I just like accountability, man. So that's my thing about it is we have to really look at what's going on with the Giants organization. Brian Daboll going to be held accountable. Joe Schoen got to be held accountable. Do I think they're going to get fired? No, I don't. I don't think they're going to get fired. But one thing I like about Malik Neighbors, but we do know one thing too as well. If the Giants fans put enough pressure on the owners, they always fold. It's New York, baby. They always fold. They always going to fold. And that's the thing about it, man. We got to look at it like this, too. This is another thing. We have to look at it like this. The Giants, it's time for the Giants to be better now. It's not time. We've been rebuilding for 6 to 7 years. Everybody has some type of quarterback of where you can look forward to in the future and be like, I see what he's going to do in the future. We don't have that. We're like the only team, I would say the Giants, the Raiders, and there's a few more other teams. I'm not talking about teams like the Panthers that got a first-round quarterback last year, like the jury's still out on Bryce Young. But I'm talking about like they really don't have a definitive starter. Like you're battling out for the position. And that's the thing too as well. We got to think about like, even with Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley, like I said, that contract coming back to bite him because being that buddy with Daniel Jones, he got this money, all this money, and he has not produced from it. There has been nothing. They said, well, we have Daniel Jones. There's no other option that we can go to. They said we got Daniel Jones. There's no other option we can go to. That's a lie. Tyrod Taylor come in the game and play better. Come on now, what we talking about? The Giants just tried to move up to draft Drake May. They better make another. They almost made another mistake. I don't know what's going on. Are we prone to looking at bad QBs? I don't understand. Mark my words this day. These are going to be the best 3 quarterbacks out that draft class. The best 3. Caleb Williams, Michael Penix Jr., and Jaden Daniels. Every other quarterback out that draft would not be good. I think Bo Nix is going to turn out to be something. I think he's going to be a system quarterback because he thrived in Oregon, So I think he's going to be a good system quarterback, But as far as like Drake May, I think I don't know. I don't know much about Drake May, but from what I've seen and from what I've looked at in this period of time, like I don't see it. I don't see it. I just know the man got an arm. He's tall. He's strong. That's what they like. They like the prototypical quarterback. But my thing of what I'm saying is that we got to do better. We have to look at the actual talent. It was already said that Michael Penix Jr. was the best thrower of the ball in the draft, above Caleb Williams as far as a passer. Of course, Caleb Williams is the most talented. He can do everything. But my thing of and Jaden Daniels, of course, we know what he is. But my thing of what I'm saying is that like as far as like the ball movement, ball flow, that's what Michael Penix was. But it's not about this, right? That's a whole nother story. But my thing of what I really want to get down to is this is Hard Knocks off season. We're going to see what's going on behind the curtains. We're going to get a limited view. One thing about Malik Neighbors, I love about Malik Neighbors, he going to keep it real. He going to keep it a buck. He ain't going to lie. He going to hold people accountable. All that New York media stuff. The New York media can count on getting the truth out of Malik Neighbors. It's like Kadarius Toney, but less. I would say Kadarius Toney. It's like Kadarius Toney, but less. It's more. I would say Malik Neighbors will wrap it up in the gift a little bit more. He'll tighten that ribbon, wrap it up, box the gift up. But he gonna give you what he gonna give you. He gonna be the truth about it.
No Diddy,
But the thing about Malik Neighbors, he gonna tell you the truth. He gonna tell it to you, and he gonna be honest about it. And he not gonna hide around his words about it. Like I think one thing is gonna happen. Brian Daboll, Joe Schoen, the mayor, they're gonna try to come to Malik Neighbors to try to, get him to change his speech up when he's being honest. Like as far as like, nah, we got to put some smoke and mirrors. And Malik Neighbors not gonna do it. If he's not getting the ball from Daniel Jones and he's open, or Daniel Jones overthrowing him or underthrowing him or throwing picks, it's gonna be hell to pay. It's gonna be hell to pay. You know what I'm saying? Like, Danny ain't throwing no dimes. I don't know where we got that from. Only player I know that throw dimes is in the NBA. Ain't nobody in the NFL throwing dimes. They gunning it. So that's the thing about it. We don't know what's gonna happen with Daniel Jones, but Hard Knocks is gonna give us that peek behind the curtain. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen. I know y'all are excited. New York Giant fans, man, we gotta be realistic. We gotta live in reality, man. Do you see this man being a potential Hall of Fame quarterback? Do you see Daniel Jones being a potential Hall of Fame quarterback is the question. We gotta be honest. And that's the thing about it. We can't be honest about it. Him being a potential Hall of Fame quarterback, we need to move on. Put him up against Patrick Mahomes. Put him up against Lamar Jackson. Put him up against all these other top echelon quarterbacks. And not as far as playing against them and winning. I know that's a component, but put his numbers up against their numbers. And that's the fact that the matter is he's just not good, man. He's not good. If Tyrod Taylor can come in the game and play a better fluent game than you, Tommy DeVito, Jersey's very own, Jersey's finest, Tommy DeVito comes in the game and plays crazy, gets commercials before you. Tommy DeVito comes in the game. He got pizza spots named after him. He can go anywhere in New York. Tommy DeVito. He gonna get the treatment that Daniel Jones won't get, and that's what New Yorkers are saying. So we'll see what Hard Knocks uncover. We'll see what's gonna happen. I'm excited. You excited? Let's go. It's another episode of High and Low Takes. I go by the name Ayo Mike, and I'm out.